Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, the largest crypto channel in all the interwebs. My name is Ben. Every day on this channel, I show you how to make money in crypto. If you like money in crypto, then make sure to hit that subscribe button. Guys, today, I want to talk to you guys about something that we started talking about on the live stream today. And it's the idea that this is part two, potentially, of this bull run. What do I mean by that? Well, what I mean by that is that, we're getting the chance to do things again at the bottom. If you wanted to be able to have the opportunity to buy altcoins at incredibly low prices, which coins would you go back in time and buy more of? And I think that if we are truly beginning a series 2 of this bull run, this is the only clear way you should be thinking about it. You should be trying to recalibrate your portfolio. I talk to you guys all the time about not getting over diversified in your investments. And found myself in a sticky situation as I myself am over diversified in my portfolio. And part of what I did over this weekend when I consolidated some of my portfolio was look at which coins should I be buying more of? Which one should I be unloading? The underperformers, the ones that just haven't managed to stick out as much in the market as others. And I've came down with a list of 5 coins that I'm buying right now. I'm going to be adding more of each one of these to my portfolio over the next 1 to 2 weeks. I believe that if we don't get things moving in the right direction in the next 1 to 2 weeks, things get a little dicier. But right now, I am comfortable adding more of each one of these coins to my portfolio. So let's start with number one. Number one, I want to add more Ethereum to my portfolio. Now, early on in my crypto journey, or in my more recent crypto journey in the last couple of years, I had a number that I wanted for Ethereum, over 1,000 Ethereum. It sounds crazy, sounded super insane, but you know what I did? I got there. I got to 1,000 Ethereum, and I had that number in my mind for so long. There was like, once I got there, I felt like I made it. But the fact is, I would way much rather hold Ethereum than some of the other coins that I've had in my portfolio. So obviously, I think setting a new target for Ethereum, whether it's 2,500 or 5,000 Ethereum or something like that, is something that I want to start chipping away at. A new goal for Ethereum. Now, we may only have a few weeks to collect it, so I certainly may not be able to get that much more Ethereum. But guys, I truly believe, we're going to be doing a video on this later this week, I truly believe that Ethereum will pass Bitcoin in market cap during this bull cycle, as long as we're not in a bear market, which I don't think that we are right now. So in my opinion, that is what I think would be the best move for me, is to consolidate and put more money into Ethereum. I got a pretty good plan to do that, and I am going to be taking part of that. So you will see when we do our next portfolio video, who knows, maybe at the end of this month or end of June, you guys will see, I will have more Ethereum. I don't know what that number is yet. Okay, number 2, the next coin that I'm adding to my portfolio more of, Cardano, okay? Right now, I had about the same initial investment in DOT, Binance Coin, and Cardano. Cardano has been the greatest performer in the history of my portfolio. And so it only makes sense with things dipping, and we know that sometime between August and October, we will be getting the smart contracts for Cardano. I am going to be adding more Cardano to my portfolio. And going back to Ethereum real quick, I didn't want to say, like, of course, the London hard fork they have coming in July will also be a big factor in why I want to get more Ethereum. Same thing for Cardano. Once these smart contracts are live and the ecosystem is ready to be developed a lot more, a lot further, I believe Cardano is going to absolutely explode. I think Cardano may get half to its future all-time high. Its future all-time high is somewhere between $8 and $10. I think Cardano could easily be $4 to $5 as long as we get bullish momentum. I think it'd be $4 to $5 sometime around August. So, makes sense. Throw a bunch of money in Cardano. And of course, some of these picks are higher on the market cap. Why? Well, they're safer than some of these, like number 398 on CoinMarketCap. Yes, it could 1000x, or it could, go much higher. In Cardano, I'm looking for about a 5x for the rest of this bull run, but it's a much safer pick, and these coins hold much better than the ones lower on CoinMarketCap. Number 3, XRP. That's right, guys. I'm going to be adding much more to my XRP bags over the next few weeks. I think this is such a solid move. Guys, I'm not sold on XRP for the long term yet. I'm just not. Ripple Labs is a company I am sold on the long term, and if it goes public, that could certainly be, a big move that we could see go further to establish its token or its coin, the XRP coin, as a more long-term hold. I've got to see banks using XRP, where they're using the Ripple Labs products, but none of that matters for this bull run. What does matter is the current SEC lawsuit. If this gets dismissed, I expect this one to run. Out of these 5, I definitely believe XRP is the riskiest one, because guess what, guys? It still is out in limbo. We don't know exactly what's going to happen with this lawsuit. I do think it's going to win, so I'm anticipating that. I am putting more money into XRP over the short term, looking for a big hype cycle for it. The next coin, number 4. Once again, going back to the idea of I wish I had more of this coin, Vechain. Right now it's coming at 12 cents. I think it peaked at like 27 cents or something like that. So a lot of room for it to just bounce. And then I still ultimately believe it will be over $1 in this bull run. So a lot of upside for Vechain. And I do think that, there is something to be said about Vechain being the number 1 clear winner in its space, which is supply chain tracking. It has been busted up over this, run to the downside. I think it went all the way down to 7 cents. Absolutely insane. I think it's a good pickup here. Slightly over a dime right now, I believe, maybe 11, 12 cents. I do think it is a good pickup right here. So Vechain is another one I am going to be looking to add to my bags. If this thing gets listed on Coinbase some point during this bull run, or during this year, which I believe it probably will be, then I think we will see massive moves from Vechain. I want to be part of that. Number 5, the number 5 coin that I'm adding to my portfolio right now is Elrond. This is definitely not one that I consolidated. Now, what can I see happen with Elrond? Well, when you look at smart contract platforms, we've had several of them that have absolutely pumped and done super, super, super well. Okay, but the issue is that Elrond, while it did have a massive pump at the end of last year, and I think in January of this year, it really has fallen down since then. Look at something like Solana, okay? Solana had a run that carried it almost to the top 10 smart contract platform. These smart contract platform coins, they tend to have cycle runs, like it's cyclical. They will run way up, they'll get dropped down. We saw Theta also, which is not technically a smart contract platform, but it is a decentralized video streaming platform. We saw them run all the way up to the top 10. We saw Filecoin run almost all the way up there. We saw Polygon run up almost there. And then what happens? You see them drop. Well, Elrond has not had that massive run up like I believe it is capable of doing. So I'm expecting Elrond, the internet scale blockchain, it's going to solve a lot of problems in blockchain. And the token, Eagle token, has done very, very, very well. I think we'll continue to see that happen. So that's it, guys. Those are my top 5 coins that I am buying right now during this prolonged accumulation. Basically looking at it as a second chance to accumulate. I got rid of a lot of my smaller holdings, consolidated those into something that can actually pack a punch. I suggest you guys do the same. Recalibrate your portfolios, reevaluate your portfolios, and look back at the coins you wish you had more of. And that's where you should be moving some of your smaller holdings to. That's my opinion. That's all I got, guys. Drop some comments below. Let me know what coins you're looking at during this dip or this accumulation, whatever we want to call this. Drop those down below in the comments section. Love you guys. That's all I got. Be blessed. BitBoy out.